Hi, and welcome back to Milgat Farms. Today on the channel, I've got a little problem and I need your help. Wait a minute, that's my headlamp. I was looking for that earlier. So I've got a little problem and I need some advice. What would you do in this situation? I'm here in the cottage, as you can see. We're here in the cottage. I'm actually in the bathroom, and the guests left and there were two problems. One was an electrical receptacle. Let me show it to you. Now, that's the reset button on the receptacle. And if I get over here, maybe it'll do a little bit better. Let me flip the light on. Oh, that worked. I don't know if that helped you, but that definitely worked for me. So that's out, and I have no idea how or why it's out. The other problem happens to be upstairs. That window right there was left open, and I mean wide open. There's a screen there, but when I came up to clean, the water had covered this whole area here, was on the windowsill, dripping down, and the boards have begun to swell. So what would you do with this? Would you contact the guest, ask them to pay for it? And what about the electrical thing? That's weird. I don't even know what to think about that. I don't know what could have caused it, but I'm gonna try to replace it right now and then kind of figure out what to do next. All right, so keep in mind, our videos are not how-to. It's more along the lines of, what did Kevin do today? Or how is he gonna get shocked? I got shocked many times on the cattle fencing, the sheep fencing, and I don't want to get shocked in here inside the bathroom. I found the electrical panel. It was the fifth one down. It turned it off. Now it's time to get cracking on this thing. Of course, the lights won't work, and that's fine. That's why I brought my headlamp down. If you've never seen one of these headlamps, they are awesome. I'm gonna tell you right now, I love them. I absolutely love these things. All right, whoa, don't go in the sink, that'd be tragic. As I'm doing this, I'm wondering, are all GFIs created equal? I don't know if they're the exact same size or not. I certainly know that a guest could not dry their hair or use any kind of electrical things sitting at the mirror here, not unless they have a little bit longer cord, because I'm looking around. Nope, I don't see another electrical outlet in here. So, that being said, this has got to get fixed. When I came in, I found the light, the little light. We use a little night light here, and I found it laying on the, right there on the tabletop or the top. In my repertoire, I've been using this Southwire sniffer for a long time, and my battery happens to be dead, so I won't be using that sniffer. I got another sniffer, and that's what I call them. Now, what this is going to do, if there's electrical in there, it's going to tell me if I'm making a noise. So I happen to be in the kitchen, and this is how this particular one works. Hold the button down, stick it in. When you hear it going off, you know that outlet is hot. Oh gosh, my headlamp is still on. Hot meaning the electrical is still on. Nothing there. No. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing. Nothing, nothing. Okay. So I'm somewhat confident that I'm not going to get shocked. I don't always keep GFIs in my toolbox. I do have a specific toolbox that I set aside for just electrical and electrical related items, not my wires, but my tools for my electrical, my extra outlets, my extra fittings, that sort of thing. But I don't keep these typically here. Last year, I had a little problem with the GFI down in the barn, and it didn't want to work on me. So I went ahead and bought one, replaced it, and I may have had something corrected. I had something incorrectly sitting there. Now, whoever installed it used the push-ins, and that they work like a champ. I'm not gonna figure out how to get them out though. That's a drag. Oh, it does. Well, that's pretty cool. All right. Weight's on one side. Here we go. Black is on the other. And I tell you, it's pretty easy. These things have the wiring diagram on the back of it. So if you ever get lost, you just use the wiring diagram. All right, that's out. I am not sure if this is perfect, good, whatever. We're going to see if it works though. Oh, that bites. Check this out. Those are cut off on the top, so there's no place to put the screw in there on the top or the bottom. Let's go see if this thing's gonna work first. All right, well, it's gonna work, but it's not ideal. I pull this guy out, and I'm not sure how it goes back in or what it would do if it did go back in. Well, that's interesting. Now I'm gonna take the old one back out and put this one back in. I couldn't get it back in earlier. I'm gonna spare you having to watch that twice. I'll be right back. So I made that go back in and it works, but watch this. Ooh. Across the room it went. So since this one's not working, I gotta put the old one, the old one, back in again. Just like the last time, I'm not gonna make you watch it. I'm just gonna do it. So there's nothing like doing it 3 or 4 times. But in the end, what we wound up with was the new one, or the new used one that I had in the sugar barn. It does have a problem for these 2 screws here. So I'm definitely gonna have to go get a new one to replace this one. For now, it's gonna work. But I'm really curious. What do you think I should do? Should I contact the guest? And with the floors especially, I don't know. It bothers me a lot that they left the window open. It was raining when they left. Why would that window have been open that much? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. For right now, I've got to go do some feeding. I got to clean up the rest of my mess, and I got to feed all the animals, put the ducks and the chickens up, collect the eggs, and get ready to have some dinner myself. And it's almost dark. One thing to note here is that this is not a how-to video. This is, again, more like what Kevin does. Don't ever take this as advice. If something like this goes bad and you feel like you want to tackle it, go for it. But don't use my video as a reference. Call a licensed electrician, that's for sure. Most of our videos are farm-related, things that are going on around the farm. And sometimes you got to do just about everything from plumbing to electrical to fixing a roof. In this case, I was able to get it going. This situation is kind of a temporary fix for me. But next week, I'll get another outlet and I'll redo it. These outlets are pretty pricey in my opinion. I remember back in the day, you could buy outlets for 50 cents a piece. Now you might still be able to do that, but not that one. That's gonna be $15 to $20, if not more. These things are really expensive, and they're expensive for a reason. It's a good piece of technology. What would you do in this case? Would you contact the guest? I'm really curious. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks a lot for watching our video. Do consider giving us a thumbs up, and until next time, God bless you.